The Nashville trans shooters manifesto has been leaked, and literally within minutes, Facebook shuts it down. We're going to see what was reportedly in the manifesto, why officials have been hiding it, and why what Facebook just did fits very much aligned with this ultimately disastrous and destructive woke insanity. You are not going to want to miss this. The infamous and until now hidden manifesto of the Nashville trans shooter who killed 6 people, 3 adults and 3 children at a Christian school, has been leaked. Steven Crowder got a copy of the manifesto that authorities have thus far refused to make public, and he took to X, formerly known as Twitter, and he did exactly that. He published the leaked manifesto, and what we see is literally a proliferation of nothing short of radically anti-white, anti-Christian extremism, which of course resulted ultimately in murderous extremism. According to the Post-Millennials analysis, the leaked manifesto consists of a 3-page handwritten document written in a spiral notebook that shows that Audrey Hale meticulously planned the mass shooting at the Covenant School on March 27th. The day has finally come, Hale wrote on the morning of the 27th. I can't believe it's here. Don't know how I was able to get this far, but here I am. I'm a little nervous, but excited too. Been excited for the past 2 weeks. There were several times I could have been caught, especially back in the summer of 2021. None of that matters now. I'm almost an hour and 7 minutes away. Given what Hale carried out, to say that this was demonic would be an understatement, and I'm not exaggerating. Hale actually prayed to God in the manifesto to help with the mass shooting. Quote, God, let my wrath take over my anxiety. It might be 10 minutes tops. It might be 3 to 7. It's going to go quick. I hope I have a high death count. But what's really turning heads is what Hale wrote in one of the pages, headline, Kill Those Kids, where Hale calls the students a number of anti-white epithets like crackers and express hatred for their so-called white privilege. Hale wrote, quote, those crackers go into fancy private schools with those fancy khakis and sport backpacks with their daddy's Mustangs and convertibles. F you little shits. Want to kill all you little crackers. And then Hale went on to excoriate their supposed white privilege. Now, obviously, the outrage over this is through the roof. Within the hour that Steven Crowder exposed it and read the manifesto on social media, it trended to #1 on X or Twitter. Rogan Hanley, known as DC Drano, tweeted out, this is why the DOJ suppressed the Nashville manifesto. It shows how leftist ideology radicalized a trans shooter to murder Christian children. This was political terrorism, and the Biden regime tried to cover it up. We will not be silent after these children were slaughtered. And to add outrage to all of this, Facebook reportedly censored the manifesto. Literally minutes after the manifesto was leaked, Facebook took the post down for violating its TOS. I mean, it's literally beyond absurd. I can't imagine Facebook doing this if the shooting fit its woke white supremacist narrative. But ironically and horrifyingly, I might add, what Facebook is doing here in its censorship efforts actually aligns itself, ironically, with the manifesto itself. And I'm going to show you exactly how. But first, you've seen how much UFC fighters love Donald Trump. But have you ever wondered what they do to manage their pain? Well, you don't have to, because a fellow patriot and good friend of this channel is precisely the one who provides relief to that pain, and he's here to do the same for you. We all know that as we age, aches and pains are normal, but they don't have to be. And that's where the groundbreaking medical scientist Clint Winters comes in. Now, you've seen Clint on Fox. You've seen him a number of times on this channel. He's a world-renowned health expert who's unveiled a natural pain reliever that's taking the world by storm. It's called CB2. It is the 100% drug-free way to get full-body pain relief, but without all the dangerous meds. And it's the official pain reliever for the fighters in the UFC. And the best news, CB2 has no documented side effects after years of private testing. It's absolutely the future of pain relief. So, gang, whatever you do, make sure you click on that link below right now and check out Clint's amazingly informative report on how CB2 is changing lives by providing safe and powerful relief at a fraction of the cost of pain pills. Click on that link below right now. We've been talking a lot of late about what wokeness actually is. And when all is said and done, wokeness is the sanctification of victimhood. Wokeness is the sanctification of victimhood. And it has an interesting history to it. Wokeness is rooted in something called emancipatory politics. And emancipatory politics is a globalist-inspired idea that there's a one-size-fits-all political system that's supposed to liberate disenfranchised groups in a society, specifically by dismantling a population's culture. You see, under the guise of emancipatory politics, the traditional norms of culture and custom are recast as racist, bigoted, sexist, and all kinds of phobic, and are therefore to be replaced by woke liberal norms that supposedly liberate and emancipate all kinds of groups that have been unjustly marginalized. Now, emancipatory politics worked itself out historically with the women's suffrage movement, the 1960s civil rights movement. But what's so interesting here is that these movements work themselves out within a society that still valued democratic norms. So we could debate the merits and the supposed demerits of emancipatory proposals. Emancipatory politics is actually supposed to increase democratic participation. What's happened is that over the years, emancipatory politics overlapped with what's called cultural Marxism, which came to the United States in the 1930s and 40s by way of an academic movement known as the Frankfurt School. And what cultural Marxism teaches is that everything in society is comprised of two groups of people, an oppressor group and an oppressed group, a victim group and a victimizer group. And we know who belongs to which group based on our race, on the color of our skin, our gender, our sexual orientation, and alike. And any compliance, any debate, any discussion that calls into question that social binary is itself a manifestation of oppression. And so anything that offends the groups designated as oppressed is seen as a hostile act by an oppressor. This is what's meant by the notion of the sanctification of the victim. Upsetting the victim is now considered taboo. Literally, some have called it a modern form of heresy. So what cultural Marxism does is twofold. Cultural Marxism shuts down debate in that any dissent from cultural Marxist norms is now considered heretical. And then two, and this is key, heresy has to be what? It has to be silenced. Heresy has to be excommunicated. It has to be removed. Hello, Facebook. But as we can see, social media censorship is not the only way to silence. So we'll obviously be keeping our eyes on how things develop here. But it does most certainly appear that we now all know precisely why the corrupt forces in D.C. have kept the manifesto deliberately hidden until now. Are you ready to join the resistance? Because I'm leading a group of dedicated, courageous patriots who can lead a spearhead into the heart of the secular globalist establishment. We punished Bud Light and Target, driven CNN and the legacy media to near bankruptcy, forced BlackRock to backtrack on ESG, and now we're seeing our conservative-dominated Supreme Court ending affirmative action and protecting religious liberty. In my Insiders Club, I show you concrete steps to take locally and online that will only keep this mass uprising going until the battle is won. Don't wait. Click the link in my description below and join my Courageous Patriots Insiders Club today.